So our website, I have a handout, and I'm just going to go through the handout very quickly. It's just highlighting some of the really exciting features about our website. We got one before, so you don't get one.
That's okay.
Because I only
It's at home, you share.
You can share, I'm sorry, I only made
No, that's fine.
for one time around. Only one time around, and I might even be short. Would you have one, Delisa?
There we go. Thank
There
you.
you go, Barb, you got yours.
I got mine.
Ooh, just exactly enough.
Great.
There you go.
Oh, hey.
Okay. Our website. First of all, we have moved into the 21st century. I'd like to just announce. We had a website previously, you may have visited it, but it was very static and not very exciting. The new website, which the state developed all the software for, so our dollars to them have come into some fruition here. So it's they've made it very dynamic, very easy to work within, and very interactive. So we have a lot that we can do with it. So if you take a look on the first page, and off to the left, I've noted the website features. So here's some of the exciting things that we can do. So first and foremost, we can propagate very easily to all kinds of social media. So Rita mentioned Facebook, and I'm going to go through each one of these in detail just to give you an idea of how it works. But the exciting thing is we can pass things along with a click to Facebook, email, G-Calendar, your own calendar, Twitter, whatever you do, we are able to propagate very easily from our website. Another aspect is we can do so much more online and much more efficiently. One of them is join and renew. So everyone can go to the website and you can join or you can renew. You can donate. We're going to be changing our donate page once we change our status, but you can currently donate. And what I just added yesterday is you can now register or apply to volunteer. So if you talk to anyone and they say they would like to volunteer to the league, you tell them to go to our website. I put a little teaser on our home page. They click on it, they put their name, they put their email, they put their phone number. One of the wonderful things about these new features is not only can we do it online, but for each different entity, so the join and renew to our membership committee, automatically within the software we can code it so that emails are sent out automatically to the people that it is relative to. So the membership committee on join and renew to Jack so that he knows who's doing what. Cool. For people who are volunteering, right now I'm highlighting candidate forums and voter registration and pros and cons. Mm-hmm. But as someone notes one of those things, an email is going to go to Jeff or Karen or Linda. Mm-hmm. So the beauty of our website is it is accessible, first of all. It contains a lot of information. Databases are created within the website for membership, for volunteers. Anything we create in that manner, we can really hold on to the data from it. And we can analyze it, we can access it.
And it's already working.
And it's already working. It's already working.
I'm getting the renewals automatically.
You are, okay.
And I'm able to check to be sure the information that we have in the vote in our roster is the same. And Ann and I have been communicating on updating.
Right.
So I would just urge everyone to get your dues in early.
Yes, yes.
I have a question for you. How do you know whether it's a renewal or a new?
It says on it. It says on the email. It's specific, because they choose.
You click it, don't you?
Well, you click it as a user, you click whether you're joining or renewing, and in the email that you receive, it says whether it's a join or it's a renew. It says on the email.
And if I saw one that was new, I would certainly send it to Jack because I don't.
Well, he gets it.
Oh, he gets it
I
automatically.
don't get the information that it's,
Good.
all I get is it's a new or renew. I have to know,
That who's already a
and
member.
I add it to the information I get.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that offline, because you
Yeah,
should be getting
because
all
I'm
of it.
not getting the information she is.
Okay, it's the same email.
It
Yeah,
isn't.
yeah.
Apparently not,
Should be.
because
Well, I just
should be
checked.
All right,
and
we'll-
is are two different
All right,
things.
we'll talk about that separately because
Yes, I
it
hope so.
should be absolute.
Debbie, I
Um,
just want to say,
yeah.
I love the volunteer thing,
Yes.
state proposition presentation team. That's clear and you know what
I'm
it is.
trying
It's not
to,
pros and
right,
cons.
exactly. I know we've used verbiage that is very friendly to us internally,
Yeah.
but we need, now that we want to really,
Bring the
emphasize,
public in.
exactly, we've got to use, information and words that people can, and so I'm trying, if there's
Yeah.
any suggestions, I'm all open,
It was
so
great.
I'm trying to wordsmith so that we can be much more
I
open.
just want to mention that I received my renew notice, and I just took that and clipped it and put it onto our Facebook page, and some of you may have seen it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so when I receive those type
Right.
of messages, they're nice and clean, and the
Right.
links are, I just
Right.
make sure the links work, and
Right, exactly.
stick it up there, so thank you for that.
Exactly. So this is what we're trying to move towards. So, we're trying to make our jobs internally much more efficient also. We used to run around checking with everybody to make
Yeah.
sure everybody heard the same thing. With these automatic emails and such, this is all being done so that nobody has to run around double checking. So
Yeah,
that's,
we don't take this for granted, those of us who
Oh.
came into the league before
Exactly.
answering machines.
Exactly. Exactly.
Deliver me.
Exactly. Another exciting thing are videos right within our website. So we can embed videos, and as Bernadette builds up our library of videos, we're going to maintain a library, we'll have a YouTube channel, and we can easily embed, and I'll show you that as we go through the document here, embed the video so people don't have to go anyplace else to look at anything. They can view it right there in our website. Keeping people on our website is one of the key objectives, because you really want them to get into the sense of it's easy, it's accessible, and it's right there. And that's what we want to move towards. So we can do candidate forums on there, we have time restraints with YouTube and such, but we can do it so that people access it in a easy way and a concise way. Pros and cons can be on here.
And all the things Suzanne does with our general meetings.
Exactly, so much more. And then embedded graphic links. So if you look on this, the first page is what was our homepage, has already been updated. But the embedded icons are like the donate button, the join now, the register to vote, and the voter's edge. So all these icons appear on every single page within our website, which is also a very essential thing. The Join Now, of course, takes you to the membership page to join. Register to Vote takes us to the San Mateo County Elections website.
Good.
And so there it gives all the information of if you're new, if you're changing an address or whatever. And of course, the Voter's Edge is our own resource, and people will be able to put in their address and zip code and find their ballot right on our website. I mean, it's a link to Voter's Edge, but we're utilizing the resources that are available. So that's a huge benefit for sure. I've also, as we go along into the election cycle, I'm adding lots of different things to our menu. You can see a little bit further down on our menu where the stars are, 2018 state proposition videos. So I've already put up the state propositions, so we now have a page with the propositions. As we start to get more information about explanation of the propositions, we will put links on our website to that. So whether it's the league interpretation, whether it's the Secretary of State and their background information, Ballotpedia is another independent, nonpartisan source. So under each proposition, my idea is to have a link to each of these resources so that we can easily say, if somebody's saying, oh my God, there's 12 propositions, what am I going to do? Go to our website, click on the propositions, and it'll take you to new links.
And does that link also to Voter's Edge?
Yes, well, yeah, well, we'll do a separate thing for Voter's Edge.
Because Voter's Edge should have all of this information that
Okay.
you're talking about.
So, okay, so I'll do another look at their site. So whatever, I don't want to make too many, I want to keep it just to 3, but we'll pick the 3 best
Sure.
ones and then we'll make the links so that people have that. Same thing with candidate forums. I'm getting ready to, we won't know the absolute candidate roster until I think it's late August.
Yeah.
But as soon as but every community that we participate in, their city council elections, at least 3 members are turning over in each one of our communities. So it's going to be a very active candidate forum season if there's more than 3 people running. So my idea is to have all the candidates up there, and again, when we do the forums, we'll have videotapes of that. So all of that will be put on the website too. And lastly, another huge benefit is, and I'll show you how it works, for our event listings. So every event that we post now is now done as a separate entity within the website. So we will be able to, again, propagate that by clicking on it. I'll show you how that's done. And it just makes life a lot easier. We can send emails with just that event information. You can send it to your listservs if you belong to neighborhood listservs and such. So it all becomes very, very easy. And just a quick note, up into the upper right-hand corner, you'll see where it says login. At some point, we're going to create this. The website currently allows us to have a members-only section. With that, each member will get a password. So it's going to be individual to each member. And so we have to set that up internally. Once you get your setup password, you'll be able to change it to your personal password, but we need to initially set it up. But the point there is that that's where we can put our roster, we can put our bylaws, we can put our vouchers. So that's a work in progress. It's a long work in progress, but we're working on it. So that's a separate thing. That's an exciting thing. So if we go to the next page, on page 2, on the reverse side, I just wanted to show you. So at the top is an event, so our upcoming fall kickoff meeting. If you look to the top right, there's a blue arrow. And when you're on the page, there's a little icon called Share. If you click on it, it's a drop-down menu, and it gives you just about every social media outlet you can imagine. Facebook, Google, Pinterest, Twitter, email, whatever. You choose what you want. If you want to send an email to a friend or your listserv, you click on email. I'll show you what that page looks. What I showed you here is what the Facebook looks like. So even in your personal Facebook page, if you want to share something about your league, this is where you would do it. And you can do this on every page of our website, but to me the most powerful one is spreading the word about our upcoming events. And it appears as it's shown below the Facebook post. Now the Join Now button is what automatically pops into your feed. That can be changed, but the point of it is, on your feed, it tells the same message that's on our website about our kickoff meeting. So you can start sharing the news with your friends that way.
So just in terms of the kickoff meeting, that's a public event? Or is that just for members?
Anybody can attend.
If members, and we encourage everybody to bring friends to it.
Right. Because it's one of our ways to invite people to become members, for sure. For sure. Most of our events are public events. If it's something that's not, we wouldn't necessarily put it as a general event like that. So anything that's on our website can be shared. It's all public information. On the next page, on page 3, this gives you how, if you were going to send it via email. So if you, again, on that drop-down menu, you click on email, you put in who you're sending it to, and you could put in multiple email addresses by using a comma, like you do on other sites. Of course, fill in your own from email. And then you can add a message. So if you're sending it to a listserv, you could say, want to share this event with you, the league is doing this, we'd like you to join us, whatever. Or you can send it as a personal email to a friend of yours. So again, an incredibly useful tool. What happens when the email is sent is your the person who receives it gets a link. And it's a link directly to our event page, which gives them all the details.
So you kind of need to add the information
Yeah,
then,
well, no.
because I just did it. And
It's a link.
says, the subject says, save the date, Ella,
Right.
fall kickoff
And then there's a
meeting.
link.
Yeah, so you kind of need to
Well, in
say,
your message,
Yeah.
you just want to say, click on the link below
because it's an
for all the
event that-
details.
yeah.
Right, and these are aspects of our website software that we don't control. This is built in within the software. Any suggestions, I'm in constant contact to the team that built our software, and they're improving it all the time. So if you find that, hey, this is really a silly way to do it, just let me know and I can present it to them.
Yeah.
And they consider it. They're on a limited budget, they have to prioritize what changes they're going to make to the software, but I send everything that you find.
And it's great, because it's an easy way to get
It's quick and
information out,
easy.
but it'd be wonderful if it just was like the flyer that popped into the email or
And we'll be
whatever.
doing that in different ways. This is just a way to utilize the website.
Yeah.
So if you want to send an email, which service provider's email does it choose for you to use?
Your
Your
email,
own.
Your own,
Your
own.
own?
your own,
Yeah,
whatever
it just
you
goes to
use.
your own email and then you type in
Right.
the person's name and it finds it in your address contacts
Right.
and.
Whatever ISP you use. Yeah, you don't, it doesn't designate.
Is it
I see
capturing
that it doesn't.
who you send it to?
Oh,
Is it
Is it-
capturing that person's email?
Who
Bet
you're
somebody
sending to,
is.
not within the website, not,
Like if I'm sending it to you?
Yes.
Is it capturing your email that I sent it to you?
not.
In the
I don't-
database?
I don't believe, no, not in the database, no, no, we have to do that via other, I wish. I wish that were so.
Somebody's capturing it,
It's
I'm
very
sure.
good, but that's a very, they would tell me, I know, the answer would be, that's a sophisticated feature, so. We could put it on the list. I mean,
Privacy issue.
Yeah, well, just ask them if they're
Absolutely.
capturing it somehow. you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. We definitely are not doing it locally. We don't have that capability. So that is emailing. And then if you go to the next page, so again, we're on an event page, and the little button next to the share button at the top right is add to calendar. So this is a feature, if you happen to keep a digital calendar, I happen to do an iCalendar on my iPhone. If you click on that, it gives you a drop-down menu to iCalendar, to Outlook, to Google. And again, all you do is click on the calendar that you use, and then on the picture at the bottom of the page is how it appears on your calendar, on your digital calendar. So it will have all the information. It will pick up the time, it will pick up the location, it will pick up everything. So and then it automatically propagates to your personal calendar. We are going to be setting up potentially a G calendar for our membership. So as soon as we get that going, it will propagate to that automatically also, with a click. Not osmosis, but through click. So it's just a good way to keep information on your own calendar in a very quick and easy way. So on the next page, on page 5, this is the Join Renew page. And again, you choose Join or Renew, you choose what type of membership. Depending on the type of membership the person chooses, different boxes appear at the bottom with which they have to complete. So if you're doing a household, it asks you more information about the other person that you're including. Again, what's exciting about this is as this is captured, and then once you fill that out, you go to PayPal to pay. What's exciting about this for us is that all this information, as someone joins and renews, is captured in a database. That's the first really important step. And so we'll have a database that we can refer to within our website. We can look at when they did it, what they did, and do that type of analysis. And then ultimately we will start linking with, as Juanita will explain later, with our G Suite and our database there. So these two will talk to each other ultimately, so that we have one source for membership and joining and renewing. It operates the same way on our donation, well, not just yet, but when we switch over to 5013C, we're going to set it up the same way, where you're going to be able to donate. If you stipulate where you want your donation to go to, we'll have that on there. It'll start maintaining a database, so we can start tracking that. One other feature on this, as I said before, is behind this, we designate who should receive an email. Who is this information important to? So Join and Renew goes to our membership committee, and it's an automatic email that gives them the information that was completed on this page. On the donation, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to give name, address, all the information that we need for donations. So it goes to membership, it goes to Jack, and we can designate whomever should get that kind of information. And our new volunteer page also operates in the same manner. Whatever information is captured there goes into a database, and emails go automatically out to whomever needs volunteers. And our volunteer one, I'm highlighting voter registration, candidate forums, and pros and cons. But once we get through the election cycle, we can change that to, we need fundraiser people, we need program people. So I have an other line, so you can type in what you want. And the other thing we need to do, as you are thinking about your own areas, take a look at the volunteer page. I just took it from our old website. It needs updating. So if you are in an area that needs volunteers, you need to give me a little blurb so I can put it on there. And if you want it to be highlighted, we can do that also. So it's incredibly easy and interactive and workable. One of the fun things about these emails that go out to the parties that it's relevant to, is they can easily correspond back. When we get a new member, Kathleen can immediately shoot off a thank you for joining. Our next meeting is. So we can start making those personal connections in the moment. We don't have to wait.
And almost automatically, where now I have to sit down and make time to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And as we progress, there are features where we can do automatic responses. So if we get a membership kit, we can start doing that so it automatically goes out. So there's more that can be done. We have just taken the initial steps here, so there's a lot. So on the last page is our YouTube page where we can embed videos. So this is a page that we had up prior to the June elections that we had. This was a state proposition video that we embedded into our website. So again, we can now do this and keep people within our own website. They don't have to click off to someplace else and figure out what they're doing. It is right there. You have the button right there. You click it on and you can view it that way. And we'll work with Bernadette so that we edit things so that it's more user-friendly. Again, a lot that we can do with this. I mean, with our pros and cons, I'm hoping that we do a general video that can be posted. Linda talked about a PowerPoint. We could put that up. So as you are working within your individual areas, just always, I ask that you keep in mind, what can the website do for us? How does it get my message out? And just shoot me anything, whatever idea, whatever tidbit of information, whatever might click for you. There's so much more that we can do. And as Rita said, Facebook, people are shying away from, and the websites are now becoming, again, the go-to.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I mean, our action alerts, everything, whatever you can think of, the website is just, I'd say boundless, but technology's technology. Well, and I need to look into that. So I need to check and see if that is possible to embed. So I have a note here, because you said it. I have it right here, check into WikiLink. So here's an example. So Jeff Ryder with our voter services have been going back and forth, because I want to do a special page on voter services and pictures always send pictures.
Yeah.
And so he came back and he said, well, do we have a QR code? And I'm like,
Have what?
a QR code.
Oh,
It's the little, I know you've seen them, it's the little square that has like
Yeah.
a Rorschach's ink
Square.
blot.
Do we need
Yeah.
one?
I'm making one. But that's what's really exciting. I didn't think of that, but Jeff did. He says, when we're at the voter registration table, a lot of people who are tech savvy want to take their iPhone, they want to go to the QR code, and I'm going to make it so that it links it right, well, it's going to come to our page first, our registration page, and then it'll take them right to the county page for them to register to vote.
cool.
So,
And when I got that, I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is, so of course I Googled it,
yeah.
and then I found the online.
And they have a YouTube video probably.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
here's
it's-
a YouTube
well,
for that.
And so I can make one, and we can have one.
Amazing.
So when
I'd be
you
happy.
scan the square, it just goes, it opens
has-
up our website directly?
Correct, so they have their iPhone.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to have an
Yeah.
app
No,
that
I
has,
know.
actually, it's a
Right.
red line that reads it like at the store.
Right.
It's a scanner, and so it scans it, and then on their phone, our website pops up.
Wow.
Or the county election registration page.
Because, yeah, I thought the square's old school.
Well,
I didn't know they did that now.
He thought.
catching up.
Yeah.
He thought it would be useful
Oh,
at the
gosh, yeah.
registration table.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you want it, I'll
Yeah,
figure it out, and
Yeah.
Cool.
voila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One reason we need new members.
Exactly.
Oh,
No,
Yeah, I know. Who knew?
You guys are
Absolutely.
valuable.
So just to wrap everything up, encourage people that you talk to, come to the website. If you have any suggestions on what would make it better, it's a living document, it's a living entity. I don't want it to be static. People come to it because there's new information. We will be working on a weekly, to the communications aspect, a weekly email. We haven't really gotten it straight yet, but we're going to be doing much more interaction with our members. In addition, we want to do more with, say someone doesn't want to become a member, but we should capture their name and their email address, because we would let them get our news updates. I mean, we
We're
would
doing that
send
now.
them, right,
Yeah,
exactly,
doing that now.
exactly.
But
But I'm just
by, you know.
encouraging everybody, you know, the whole point is to gather email addresses to send information out to.
They're potential donors too.
Right. And this election cycle is a huge opportunity to let people know we have moved into the 21st century. And that we want to be vital in the community, and we want to be a great resource, and it's a great jumping off point. It really, really is.
Cool.
Debbie, where do we put the QR?
So what Jeff is going, you have to figure out how to use it in your own, whatever you're doing. So Jeff's going to have it, a copy of it on the table.
Okay,
and
like a paper,
printout,
yeah.
a printout, and so then they'll be able to just
Scan it.
it. I haven't thought it through enough on the application.
Yeah, I was just thinking if somebody asked, I don't know how that would work.
No,
Would
I
it-
think-
Does it go on our website? That's not helpful.
And it's
then,
not, no,
is
because
it?
that's what it takes you to, that's what it takes you to. You know, the only other thing I would say is if in my own first suggestion would be if we're doing a handout, a paper
A flyer,
handout,
right,
a
on the
flyer.
Put that on
I would
everything.
put it on there, and what
Right.
I'm gonna make a number of them. I'm
Good
gonna make it one
idea.
that just goes to our homepage. I'll make one that goes to our volunteer page, and I'll make one that goes, you can customize them. And I'll make one that goes to, for right now, registration.
So we
So we
could,
should put it on our flyers, anything paper.
Yeah.
Table it off on meetings.
Are you warning
Back
people
information
that if they use that, they're gonna be their information's gonna be captured in our database?
Not in ours.
Well, somewhere.
Well, on the
How do you know- how do you know how to-
that happens when you do
It
anything.
doesn't
Yeah.
if you're careful. That is a privacy issue that's gonna get more and more attention.
People who care about that won't put QR code readers on there. They won't use the app. That's
It's not, it's an option, it's
It's
an
kind of a
option,
general public
If they see
information
that.
kind of thing.
it's
Yeah,
option, it's
but
optional.
It's not
Yeah.
a league specific.
So I have
But
another
what-
question. Are you making this so it works on Android phones?
It works on everything.
It works on
Yeah.
everything.
The QR
Everything's
works.
cross-platform.
Everything that, you talk about iPhones.
I'm sorry, I say that just as a it's almost become generic, so I should say smartphone. You're absolutely right.
It'll work on tablets
my-
too.
Yeah,
It'll work on your
anybody who has an app,
Air.
yeah.
Juanita has.
Oh, sorry.
I did want to bring up the issue that we do need to put a disclaimer or some statement on our documents about the fact that the league will be gathering data, because that was one of the questions that was asked at the last training about analytics. And so anytime you're involved with analytics, where you're analyzing the data, so you're looking at how people click, what sites they go to, all of that, you do need to put in, there is some statements that you put in so that people know that yes, we will be analyzing where they go to and things like that.
Is that the cookies that you sometimes
Well, we don't
see?
drop, our website, our stuff doesn't drop cookies. So all our, and I agree with you, and I will definitely I'll find out what the verbiage
Yeah, this
is.
came about because of the Facebook thing, and so you've probably seen it from your bank, from pretty much
Right,
everything,
right,
from your dog
right.
sitter.
Yeah, it's gotten,
This thing
Right,
saying that we
right.
might use
Right,
your
right,
information,
right.
so you can probably clip it right from one of those
Right,
that you
right, and of
received.
course, but we will, but in general, we don't drop cookies on anybody.
no, it's not just about cookies.
It's a
No, no,
it's not about
privacy-
cookies.
But we don't share the
It's
information.
a privacy agreement.
Yeah, but,
Exactly.
yeah, but they need to
Right.
know that you're collecting.
Okay.
Nowadays, it's not about whether we use it or not, but they
Okay.
You are
do need to
collecting.
know that
So
we will be collecting, so,
That's a good point.
But it's
Yeah.
in an anonymous sense, right, for analytics and pooling. I mean, you know it's that person when they do it, but then you put it with other things
Yeah,
that
you
don't
can-
follow their trail.
you can
Right.
clarify how you will use it, or not
Okay.
use it, but just so that people, you've made the statement so they at least know you are conscious of the fact
Okay.
that you are gathering information on individuals.
We'll have
And
to,
whether they read it or not, they've been notified.
We'll have to
Right.
work on that, because
I'll make room for your feet.
when I say analysis, it's really just a review of activity.
Ooh, look at that, thanks.
Right, but it's more of a concern now than it used to be.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely, so we will,
In a similar vein, we've been talking like at the media center and stuff, and I went to a party at Milagros in downtown Redwood City, and basically there's a piece of paper on the door that says, by entering these premises, in effect, you are hereby notified that we may be taking, video and photos
Yeah.
for promotional
Yeah.
purposes and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And in essence, if you don't want to, either talk to the manager and be put in a corner, or,
Right.
don't stand in front of the camera.
Or wear a bag over
It's the
your head.
candidate forum or something.
Wow.
You know, so
Skipping out with your best friend's wife.
right, right.
Yeah.
Right. You're right, though, we do, on both counts, have to be more, do
Right.
you have verbiage?
Hmm?
Do you have verbiage?
I would probably do the same, look it up.
Okay.
I see
Yeah.
quite a bit, so
Okay.
there's quite a bit of
It's-
examples
it's-
out there these
it's
days,
everywhere
yeah.
right
Okay, I will do that. I will do that on
Yeah,
our pages.
we can do that.
For sure. Any other, and if anybody has questions or anything, just email me and I'd be happy to answer or so.
Barb, you had a question?
I just had a suggestion at the annual meeting, the first thing coming up. Will you have a computer with you? Because it
Yeah.
seems to me it'd be a great place.
Yeah. I have one now, if anybody wants to
Oh, yeah,
look.
then you can show us, you could be a booth.
I can be a booth.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yes, I will have that so that I can demonstrate most definitely.
Can be a
Terrific screen and a digital projector.
We can, it's a little difficult outdoors, but
yeah.
I can definitely have my laptop.
Lena's
and-
got all kinds of things, I'm sure we can get a,
Well, she probably has a
Parasol.
screen that comes up from the ground.
that's right.
I'm
Okay.
teasing Lita. Any other questions, comments? Terrific.
That's
And
wonderful.
just one last thing, is it's a work in progress. So as we go along, we're gonna be changing a lot of the ways we do things currently. I don't have the answers right now because a lot of it's gonna happen as we start doing things. So I just ask for patience. And again, if we try to do something and you're like, whoa, this is really silly, you need to speak up and let me know, and we'll look at the process again. So, but it's all gonna be new and exciting.
It's terrific.
Terrific.
It's
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's
Wonderful.
exciting.
All right, well,